Thank you. Please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen and graduates, Cougar Nation. I'm Tim Baxter, principal of the Colony High School, and it is with a great deal of pleasure that I welcome you to the 31st commencement ceremony of the Colony High School, the graduation for the class of 2018. As exemplified by your attendance here this afternoon, this is a very important day in the lives of these students. Graduation is a very calm, dignified, and formal ceremony for the purpose of honoring and recognizing each and every one of these graduates. Please be respectful of each speaker today as well as each student as they cross the stage by refraining from excessive celebration following the announcement of each student's name. We want to make sure that each graduate receives the honor and recognition that is so well deserved this afternoon. I would like to introduce you to our distinguished platform of guests. Please remain standing until all have been introduced, and audience, please hold your applause until all have been introduced as well. They are Louisville Independent School District Board of Trustees members for the 2017-18 school year, Angie Cox, President, Kronda Timish, Vice President, Catherine Sells, Secretary, Christy Hassett, Tracy Scott Miller, Jenny Prosnick, and Tricia Sheffield. The Colony High School would also like to thank Ms. Sheffield for her service on the Board of Trustees for the last 6 years and all of her support. Please join me in giving her a round of applause. We are also privileged this afternoon to introduce our newly elected Board of Trustees member, Ms. Allison Lassonde. Thank you to our Louisville Independent School District Board of Trustees. The administration of the Louisville Independent School District, Dr. Kevin Rogers, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Lori Rapp, Deputy Superintendent, Michael Ball, Chief Financial Officer, Dr. Buddy Bonner, Assistant Superintendent of Employee Services, Amanda Brim, Chief Communications Officer, Dr. Joseph Coburn, Chief School Officer, Jeff Crownover, General Counsel, Brian Kobeck, Chief Technology Officer, and Lori Litchfield, Assistant Chief of Schools. Thank you to our LISD administration. Many of you graduates have lived in the colony since elementary school. We are honored to have 6 of our feeder elementary and middle school principals here today. They are Principal of Morningside Elementary, Ms. Rita Baquet, Principal of Stewards Creek Elementary, Mr. Eric Cockerham, Principal of Camey Elementary, Amanda Cortez, Principal of Peters Colony Elementary, Ms. Tony Hall, Principal of B.B. Owens Elementary, Ms. Jennifer Spitzer, and Principal of Griffin Middle School, Ms. Amy Boughton. Thank you to our feeder principals for being here this afternoon. Okay. Counselors for the Colony High School are lead counselor, Ms. Shelley Watts, Jordan Eichert, Delia Trahan, Corey Broom, and Aaron Howard. Let's give our counselors a big round of applause. Assistant principals for the Colony High School are Dan Coley, Associate Principal, Tony Escoto, Freshman Class Principal, Jen Sergison, Sophomore Class Principal, Lindsay Mitchell, Junior Class Principal, and the Principal for the Class of 2018, Mr. Justin Gilbreth. Let's give all of our assistant principals a round of applause. Thank you. I would like to thank some very special people who really have prepared our graduates for this moment, and that is our TCHS teachers and staff members. You have truly made a difference in the lives of these young adults. If you are a TCHS staff member, whether in the graduate section or in the audience, please stand and be recognized at this time. TCHS staff. I would like to recognize our class officers and have them stand. The president of the senior class, Kylie Govanchuk. Vice President of Student Services, Morari Vega. Vice President of Spirit, Megan Witcher. Secretary Hannah at Sitawan. Services, Aya Amar. And Public Relations, Nina Habib. Our top 10 seniors seated in the first row, number 10, Nicole Arnold. Number 9, Lindsay Gorski. Number 8, Sahara Mathahi. Number 7, Rachel Cordry. Number 6, Dahoon Kim. Number 5, Nandu Korapali. Number 4, Brianna Halsema. Number 3, Anya Sagas. Seated on stage, our salutatorian for the class of 2018 is Brandon Ty. And our valedictorian for the class of 2018 is Verena Chow. Also sitting on the front row and participating later in the ceremony are Raymond Chun and Julia Light. Okay, y'all stand and be recognized. And I would like to recognize Mr. Peter Reggie, who will be calling out the names of our graduates this afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Reggie. Finally, I would like to thank you, the parents and the guests, the friends of the class of 2018 for being here in attendance this afternoon. Graduates, let's give your parents a big round of applause at this time. Seniors, what a great day this is. One of the biggest days of your life and a day that you have looked forward to for so long, and that day is finally here. Congratulations to you. As you began this year, our theme, The Power to Prevail, was a theme to lead us to even more as a campus. And under your senior class leadership, I am privileged to report to all that you did just that. The first appearance of our band program at State since 2007. The first time in school history that all athletic programs in our school made the playoffs. The highest SAT, ACT scores in 5 years. The launch of our first academy and more dual credit opportunities for students than ever before. And finally, the class of 2018 had over $25 million in scholarship offerings, more than double any other class in school history. Parents, guests, and class of 2018, that is the power to prevail, and seniors, you led the way. We are so proud of you. But seniors, as you leave us today, you now start a new journey. This is a day of new hopes, new dreams, and new decisions that will define your life from this point forward. Seniors, I want to encourage you. Take the successes you have accomplished this year with the power to prevail and let those launch you forward to even more in the days ahead. Class of 2018, I challenge you first to have the power to believe. At TCHS, we center everything we do on a culture of belief, and I challenge you to take that with you. Believe in your dreams, class. Believe in your abilities, and believe that as you work hard, you can accomplish anything, and you will. Second, class of 2018, I challenge you to have the power to persevere. Martin Luther King Jr. said, and I love this quote, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving." Seniors, no matter what you face in life, good or bad, always keep moving to your hopes and dreams. That will define your life. Finally, class of 2018, I challenge you to have the power to do good. As you leave your high school years behind and you enter the world that awaits you, this is a world that needs you. There are many who struggle today, many who feel powerless, and many who are hurting. Seniors, you can be the light. You can meet a need that has gone unmet. You can make the difference in this world, and you can be the leaders that our world so desperately needs. Seniors, I challenge you, have the power to do good. In conclusion, seniors, you have made a mark at TCHS that will be remembered. You have made a difference. Now is your time to go forward and make the power to prevail come alive in your lives forever. Take with you the power to believe, the power to persevere, and the power to do good. And I know for certain the difference you have made here, it is just the beginning, because the world awaits you to do even more in the future. Parents, join me in both congratulating and also challenging these seniors to move forward with that power to prevail. Let's give our seniors a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps for the presentation of colors by the Colony High School JROTC and the playing of our national anthem performed by the TCHS Band.
Time. Arch. Up. Forward. Ho. What? Ice. Freeze that. Hollis.
Thank you. Please be seated. This is a very special time in our ceremony this afternoon. Each year, a number of our graduates set aside other opportunities that may await them and make the decision to serve our country as part of the U.S. Armed Forces. We are so proud of every graduate who becomes a contributing member of society, but we owe a debt of gratitude to the brave men and women who dedicate their lives to our country. Graduates who will serve in the U.S. Armed Forces next year, please rise and let us recognize you at this time. We are very proud of you. Thank you. Our first speaker today enjoys reading philosophical and psychological books, writing, and drawing. He plans on attending Southern Methodist University and majoring in psychology. Please join me at this time in welcoming Raymond Chun.
Bon après-midi, tout le monde. Bienvenue à l'obtention des diplômes de la classe de 2018. I'm sure that most of you don't know French, and that's okay. I will translate. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the graduation of the class of 2018. I have to admit it, though, I am quite embarrassed that an unsocial person like me is speaking here to such a large crowd of people. I don't talk much, and I'm also that one person that doesn't even say hi to those I am familiar with in the hallway. But now, that does not matter, because I have the duty to welcome all of you to this wonderful celebration. Before I address my fellow comrades in arms, I have to thank all the staff and teachers. Some of us may have been ungrateful for your services, but there is no doubt that we would not have survived without your guidance. I thank Mr. Mera especially for beating up my essays, because that made me realize that I still have many steps to climb to become a great writer. I might have felt insulted at first, but I realized that that was the signal for growth. Now, onto my fellow comrades. It seems like it's all over, that we are free from the horrifying burdens of high school. But I have to remind myself and all of you that it's not over. In fact, it will never be over because life is not necessarily the most loving towards humans. That is nothing to fear, though, because struggle is an inevitable part of life that must be accepted because it is what makes us interesting as humans. As German philosopher Nietzsche had said, "What does not kill me makes me stronger." And by these words, I hope each and every one of you live life without hating it, because life will give many rewards in returns for the struggles given. Now I give thanks to my family, especially my mother and father, who continually supported me throughout all of my school years, not because they expected anything great from me, but rather because they loved me since I am their son. I thank all my friends, family, teachers, acquaintances, and strangers. And everyone, take control of the lives you are given so that you may live life as if it were art.
Thank you, Raymond. Our second remarks today will be by your class president, Kylie Govanchuk. Kylie is president of the Student Council, member of National Honor Society, and class president for 3 years. She has received LEAF scholarships for TCHS, leadership, and community services. Kylie will be attending Azusa Pacific University and will major in business management. Immediately following Kylie's remarks, our TCHS choir will sing your class song, "Ain't No Mountain High Enough" by Marvin Gaye, and that will feature senior choir members performing in their last performance. But for now, please join me in welcoming your class president, Kylie Govanchuk.
Hello and good afternoon, class of 2018. As we look back on our high school experiences, we start at the beginning, freshman year, a year that can be summed up in one word: change. New school, new friends, new teachers, and harder classes than we had ever taken before. This was a season of difficulty because, let's face it, who actually enjoys being a freshman? From getting lost in the hallways, to being booed at pep rallies, to getting an 89 in pre-AP biology and seeing your hopes and dreams come crashing down because you were so close, yet so far. Yet as a class, we can learn a lot more from freshman biology than that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Biology teaches us about the beauty and complexity of the world and its inhabitants and shows us how infinitely small we are in this planet we call Earth. Looking at life through this perspective of wonder makes life colorful, interesting, and worth pursuing. Now for sophomore year, a year characterized by WAP, and the year I realized, as if I didn't already know this, that life is hard. Because we were so wrapped up in studying for all of our classes, it became easy to find our identity in school. Hoping to get the highest grade on a test, anxiously waiting for transcripts to come out, and memorizing every Quizlet on the internet. Now don't get me wrong, all of these things are important and have truly given me the work ethic I have today, but these things are not everything. Think back to the things you were worried about 3 years ago. I'm sure you either can't remember or those things are not relevant in your life anymore. I encourage everyone here as we move into the next phase of our life to not get wrapped up in things that are so small and so temporary, but to seek things that ignite us with passion and engage our curiosity. Now for junior year. Oh, junior year, thank you for wrecking my life. Somehow life in school managed to get even harder. I'm sure just by saying the word humanities, you know the academic trials that we faced. And I'm sure that after Mayra brainwashed us with his articles on the importance of humanities, we're all going to be majoring in it. Nonetheless, this year was characterized by learning pivotal knowledge that'll affect our lives long after high school. Skills such as learning how to actually write a good essay are essential in furthering our educational careers. But junior year taught us much more than this. We learned endurance and perseverance, and we realized that we are capable of so much more than we thought possible when we work hard. Now, for senior year, a year of the last year at TCHS, last football game, last pep rally, and the last year with most of our friends. Being on the football team, cheer captain, being known as the smart kid, and for me personally, being the senior class president. These things won't follow us after high school, and this life that we fought so hard to build is coming to a close with the end of our high school careers. So as a class, we need to see what we are passionate about, what burdens us, and begin to understand that when we look outside of ourselves, we can make a difference in the world. Instead of asking, what do I want out of life? I think a far better question is, what is life asking of me, and how can I make a difference in the world? Lastly, I would like to thank our teachers and parents. Teachers, thank you for making your classes difficult, for teaching us how to critically think, and for dedicating so much of your time to helping us succeed. Thank you is not an adequate way to show our gratitude, but we will say it nonetheless. And parents, thank you for being our friends, our biggest fans, and the reason we're able to sit here today. Thank you for the countless sacrifices you have made and for loving us so well. Class of 2018, thank you for all of your hard work, and I'm excited for the future.
Ain't no
Thank you, Kylie, and thank you to our TCHS choir. Great job. Our next speaker today will be your salutatorian, Brandon Ty. Brandon is a member of the National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, National English Honor Society, Model UN, and the Science National Honor Society. Among Brandon's accomplishments are National AP Scholar and AP Scholar with Distinction. Brandon plans to attend the University of Texas at Austin, and he will major in pharmaceuticals. After Brandon speaks, our TCHS band will perform Gallant Marines by Carl King, and this will feature senior TCHS band members in their last performance. At this time, please help me welcome your salutatorian, Brandon Ty.
Hello and good afternoon to family, friends, faculty, and the graduating class of 2018. As some of you may know, I am Brandon Ty, and I'm honored to be giving the salutatory speech here at graduation. Before I begin, I would like to say to those who mocked me for achieving second place in school rankings that no, I am not salty that I'm a first place loser, and that I've never been so. To believe that I am is to assume that I'm intrinsically a cruel, pessimistic, and hatred-filled person. But come on, my friends, you've known me long enough that I'm truly the most loving, caring, and optimistic student here at TCHS, especially during my freshman and sophomore years. But I'm getting off topic. I would first like to say that about 2 months ago, I was called into Dr. Baxter's office and handed a stack of packets containing past graduation speeches from different classes. I noticed as the years progressed, these packets became thicker and the speeches longer. So I'll save you the trouble from listening and try to hurry up. I also noticed that most of the speeches were overly chirpy and bright. Not that being optimistic is a bad thing, but I'm going to spice things up and give you a little realistic speech. And so, congratulations to us seniors for surviving 13 years of compulsory education, where we were shackled like slaves by grades, transcripts, tardies, for this wonderful diploma we are about to receive. Where our will was broken, we were categorized and sectioned off like animals to be force-fed knowledge. And for the past 4 years, we had to endure a building that looked like a prison, feels like a factory farm, and rooms that smell awful after a freshman class period. And our reward for the suffering? For some, it'll be entry into the workforce. For others, college, where the cost has risen by 200 to 300% since the time of our parents. Many of us will be riddled with debt that will take us, on average, 21 years to pay off. As for the workforce, well, it's most likely going to be the same boring routine every day for several decades until we retire old and probably divorced with a 50% chance of finding that perfect someone. And then, like all things, we will cease to meet our maker. Now that I have spelled out your past, present, and future suffering, I would like to ask you to look back at your time thus far. Think about the things you wish you could have done differently, the opportunities you could have taken, and the actions you have committed. Do you have any regrets? I know that I regret starting the rough draft of this speech at 3 a.m. in the morning, mere hours before Dr. Baxter expected a complete and polished copy. Now I ask you, was it all worth it? The suffering and pain you have endured thus far? My answer to you all is yes, it was all worth it. As much as we hate it, without pain, there is no gain. Suffering truly gives texture and color to the painting that is life. For how are we to truly experience the highs of life if we do not first experience its dreaded lows? What I'm saying is, life is cruel and fate unforgiving. Be expected for the curveball it throws you, but do not let the pain of a moment define it, or there will be regrets. So no matter what suffering you're going through in life, whether it be student debt, a divorce, or a stubborn teacher like Mr. Luna who refuses to bump my 37 to a 90, enjoy the positives of the moment. Cherish the friendships formed, the laughs shared, and the bonding experience of the entire class copying each other's homework minutes before it's taken up. As our senior quote by Dr. Seuss says, sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. So I wish you all a fulfilling life. Thank you, TC fam. God bless, and go Cougars.
TCHS Band, and thank you, Brandon. Our next speaker today is a member of the National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, Model UN, Orchestra and Athletic Training. She is a National AP Scholar, National Merit Commended Scholar, and she made All-Region Orchestra her freshman year. She will be attending the University of Texas in Austin and will major in biology. It is my privilege to introduce to you at this time our valedictorian for the class of 2018, Verena Chow.
If you know me, you're probably surprised that I actually showed up. 5 years ago, I was somewhere in the audience watching my brother give his graduation speech thinking, wow, I'm so glad I won't have to do that. I've contemplated ways of getting out of giving this speech, but in the end, I realized that it is a huge honor to be standing before you all on such a memorable occasion, and that I can't run away from my responsibilities forever. Just like that, we blinked, and now it's all memories. Most people will tell us, congratulations, you made it, but they never tell us where we made it to or what we made it through. To be honest, graduation is one big paradox. We've made it to the end, and we've made it to the beginning. We've survived countless nights of studying or not studying and hoping for the best, teachers not rounding 69s to 70s, cramming for AP tests, frantically doing homework the day it's due, and for some of us, Mayros essays. Oh, and not to mention the death of Vine and Club Penguin and that horrible Snapchat update. But through these last 4 years, we've also experienced some good moments, forming permanent friendships, Friday night lights, #LE8NOTC, learning how to survive off of 2 hours of sleep, and that feeling you get when the teacher moves the test back. I owe a significant amount of the success and happiness I've encountered throughout my high school career to others, and my speech would simply not be complete without expressing gratitude to whom it's due. So thank you to my history teachers who have shown me how even the smallest actions now can have a big impact on the future. To my English teachers, who are the reason why I was able to coherently form my thoughts on a paper to compose this speech. To my science teachers, who are the reason why I understand the fight or flight response I'll inevitably experience in times of stress ahead. To my math teachers, who have taught me everything from basic algebra to calculus so I can find the area under the curve of life's ups and downs. And to my fine arts teachers, who gave me breaks from the brain-frying academics and taught me to appreciate the finer things in life. Thank you, Coach T and Cody, who gave me a chance even though I wasn't able to be in the program the beginning of freshman year, and who, along with all my other trainers, have not stopped supporting me ever since. Being a part of training was the best decision I made in high school, and if I ever get rich, I'm getting you guys that X-ray machine. To my parents, I can't imagine the toil you guys have gone through coming here as first-generation immigrants with almost nothing in order to make the life I live now possible. For you guys, I'm eternally grateful. And last but not least, to Nicole Arnold, the living embodiment of laughter's the best medicine, a girl who can do it all, from guard to ACTEC captain to National Merit Scholar. Thank you for sticking with me for 11 years as my partner in crime, ride or die, and biggest hype man. 4 years ago, we came into high school as little kids, and today we leave as slightly less little kids. We still have our whole lives ahead of us, and as much as I'd like to believe that knowing the quadratic equation or that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell will have me set for life, there's a whole scary world we're about to step into that none of us are truly prepared for. I mean, I'm talking having to do our own laundry and there's no extra credit, scary. But the good news is you don't have to be a superhero to overcome obstacles in the future. We've already fulfilled that role by getting out of bed for school senior year. I may not be able to tell where we'll all end up, but I know that the future is in our own hands. So let's go all out as we shape the rest of our lives and let the excellence of who we are inspire the hearts and minds of all those around us. Congratulations, CCHS Class of 2018.
Thank you, Verena. Graduates and guests, I think all of our speakers have done a great job this afternoon. Let's give all of them a round of applause. A lot of great work. Now the time we've been waiting for. Graduates, at this time, if you would please quietly rise. Dr. Rogers, Dr. Rogers, I am pleased to present to you the senior class of 2018 for the Colony High School. There are before us this afternoon 520 exceptional seniors. I have verified that each of these seniors have met the requirements of the Texas Education Agency and the Louisville Independent School District and should be awarded the appropriate diploma or certificate at this time.
Thank you, Dr. Baxter. To you, the Colony High School class of 2018, please know that we are very proud of your accomplishments. We look forward to even greater achievements in your future. Congratulations. Mrs. Cox, Dr. Baxter has verified these students eligible to receive their diplomas or certificates. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the state of Texas and the Louisville Independent School District Board of Trustees, I certify them. Their diplomas or certificates are to be granted at this time. Congratulations.
Verena Chow, Brandon Tai, Anya Michelle Sages, Brianna Paige Halsema, Sharandini Korapali, Diane Lewis Kim, Rachel Athena Cordry, Sahar Sohail Mithani, Lindsay Ann Gorski, Nicole Stephanie Arnold, Raymond Chun, Kylie Nicole Govinchuk, Julia Marie Light, Hannah Atsidawan, Megan Kelly Witcher, Marari Rebecca Vega, Aya Omar Amar, Nina Ruhani Habib, Esperanza Maria Abarca, Gabriel Wayne Abbott, Jada Nicole Abdallah, Jonathan Camarillo Abernathy, Jonathan Abraham, Kyrie Hamed Abukskibi, Patrick Olatumi Adabiaye, Partik Agnor, Melina Jasmine Ahmed, Talon Abion Ray Alcala, Joseph Edwin Alcocer, Thomas Daniel Alexander, Joshua Wayne Allen, McKenna Christine Alton, Meredith Page Amrine, Wyoma Rosalia Anderson, Justin Osvaldo Andrade, Antonio Alexis Arellano Reyes, Brenda Lucia Arias Penaranda, Cassidy Louise Armstrong, Miriam Marilyn Asensio, Eddie Daniel Asensio Coy, Wyatt Paul Ayers. Connor Riley Bagby. Erica Guadalupe Barajas Mancilla. Melissa Barbosa. Daniel Paul Barella. Emily Ray Barton. Lorianne Michelle Baugh. Sean Michael Bazil. Ethan Isau Becerra. Jack Ryan Ford Beeman. Andrew Augustine Berlanga. Kayla Rakesh Bhakta. India Kayleese Bills. Blake Lazarus Blinkley. Michael Lee Bowman. Garrett Christopher Bosley. Mia Danielle Bosley. Annabelle Page Bowman. Jalen Castle Boyd. Brielle Denise Bradford. Dylan Cole Bramhall. Jessica Shawn Braswell. Brianna Ashlyn Brewer. Lauren Mercedes Briggs. Garrett Ripkin Brooks. Ravani Rochelle Brooks. Caitlin Larissa Brown. Hunter Wayne Brown. Isaiah Anthony Brown. Kendria Danae Brown. Major Jeremiah Brown. Riley Christopher Brown. Mason Tyler Brown. Cody Dean Brumfeld Field. Lutram Bukaliu. Samuel Braxton Buckley. Rebecca Ray Buland. Michael Dale Bullington. Austin A. Burdine. Dylan Michael Burns. Emily Jean Burris. Ricardo Camacho. Lauren Nicole Campos. Gabriela Abigail Canales. Rihanna Grace Cannon. Ryland Austin Carrasco. Raquel Abigail Carillo. Cameron Lacey Carter. Jonathan Castanen. Francisco Castillo. Antonio Caudich Guerrero Jr. Patrick Joseph Kaler. Brooke Elizabeth Charters. Evan Christina Chase. Jason Chow. Patricia Yolan Chavira. Sari Rebecca Cisneros. Melanie Cisneros Quiñones. Aaliyah Garnisha Clark. Khalil Cassie Clark. Nakomi Rowena Clark. Caleb Lewis Cleveland. Etravion Jamal Coleman. Thomas Willard Coleman III. Sabrina Celeste Cumley. Faith Marie Kaur. Alejandro Brian Copeland. Caden Reese Cordell. Taryn Elizabeth Cotto. Dorian Dwayne Crawford. Shaderica LaShawn Crawford. Cassandra Lynn Crutchfield. Dea Maria Cruz. Chandler Michaela Curtis. Nadine Dice. Ryan James Dale. Hannah Damra. Thomas James De Silva. Chandler Lane Davis. Lindsay Amanda Davis. Asia Monette Davison. Dominic Anthony De La Rosa. Jarrett Christopher Dean. Brianna Beverly Diatley. Caroline Ann DeGrendel. Antonio Leonardo de la Cruz. David Isaac de la Torre. Janie Elizabeth Delgado. Nicholas Joseph Dill. Isaac Zebedee Dixon. Chantel Monique Dixon. Mark Anthony Doggett. Ashley Dominguez. Miranda Marie Dorham. Robert Charles Dow. Alicia Marie Ducksworth. Emma Janine Dunn. Tatiana Ibran. Amber Nicole Emke. Amy Elizabeth Ellard. Aaron Scott Embry. Eli Encinas. Noriko Trey English. Ashley Claire Evans. Adrian Fernandez. Katali Figueroa. Gavin Blake Fisher. Carolee Fisher. Daniel Antonio Flores. Emily Flores. Michelle Flores. Roberto Jairo Flores Guajardo. Andrew James Kennedy Flowers. Alexander Nashoba Foster. Christopher Friday. Adrian Anthony Franco. Desiree Marie Franco. Mackenzie Dawn Freitag. Martin Greg Friedenthal. Amelia Ariana Frizzell. John David Gagney. Macy Nicole Galat. Abiel Galindo. Emiliano Ivan Galindo. Jenna Lynn Gano. Vanessa Ray Garcia. Jose Carlos Garcia Reyes. Luis Pablo Garcia Reyes. Stephanie Garcia Flores. Emma May Garfield. Ivan Giovanni Gattica. Jackson Taylor Gibbs. Sierra Lachey George. Christopher Andres Gomez. Leonara Abigail Gonzalez Luna. Lindsay Michelle Grant. Helena Tabia Gray. Matthew Austin Green. Brittany Danielle Grether. Shayna Alexis Jocelyn Grissel. Heidi Elizabeth Gruden. Lizar Jacob Guajardo. Kimberly K. Guevara. Jose Reynaldo Guia. Xiaolin Gu. Erlinda Celeste Gutierrez. Juan Daniel Gutierrez Hernandez. Mariana Gutierrez Ortiz. Nolan Jacob Guzman. Dylan Michael Haggard. Madison Christine Hall. Charles Cody Lynn Hamblin. Valencia Juanice Hanna. Garrett Charles Harding. Alyssa Harrison. Justice Monique Hegarty. Abigail Jordan Henderson. Brianna Geneva Henville Shannon. Desiree Irene Hernandez. Stephanie Hernandez Gonzalez. Allison Joyce Hess. Zachariah Dramel Hightower. Cameron Jordan Hill. Cameron Reed Hill. Alexander Dobson Hitt. James Thomas Hogue. Alyssa Lynn Hobbs. Samuel Emerson Hooper. Lauren Marie House. Aubrey Lee Housewright. Jessica Marie Hall. J. Oliver Hurd II. Jalen Janelle Hertz. Tanner David Huth. Megan Leanne Isaacs. Christopher Jalen Jackson. Lacey Sue Jacobs. Preston Nicholas Jacobs. Sarah Colleen Jarrett. Christina Ha Jung. Amber Marie Johnson. Isaiah Ray Johnson. Jalen Marquez Johnson. Jalavia Roshane Waynette Johnson. Samantha Arlene Johnson. Joy Caroline Johnston. Cornelius Deshaun Jones. Jamel Anthony Jones Jr. Jillian Page Jones. Max Reed Kaplan. Xavier Brandon Karcher. Kylie Diane Keck. Caden Christian Kellaway. Shane Marie Kelsey. Skylar Kelsey. William Hilton Kennedy. Peter Weweru Kamani. Dominic John Klimick. Christian Michael Coleman. Matthew Robert Kramer. Tyler Cameron Lane. Felisa Leal. Andrew Michael Xavier Ledesma. Michael Anthony Leos Jr. Natalie Marie LaPera. Daryl Dwayne Lewis. Darlisha Duanisha Lewis. Chase Michael Long. Kristen Renee Longo. Roman Grayson Longoria. Angel Francisco Lopez. Antonio Lopez. Eileen Rachel Lopez. Carlos Josue Lopez. Santos Lopez. Jenny Corinne Lorenzi. Benjamin Andrew Laub. Elijah Anthony Love. Christopher Michael Alex Lovins. Crystal Loyola Caballero. Jadalyn Denise Lyles. Bryson Todd Lero. Spencer Al Magaliez. Christopher Brett Maniloff. Alexandra Cheyenne Manning. Arius Rashad Manning. Aston Jeanette Marcoux. Jason Patrick Martin. John Lawrence Martin. Diego Giovanni Martinez Macias. Naomi Sharon Mason. Nehemiah James Mason. Stephen Lewis Massey. Shantae Tierra Matthew. Morgan Dean Mathis. Akemi Jeanette McCann. Madison Leanne McLean. Seth Alexander McFarland. Diane Carol McGuire. Bella Amari McNeil. Brandon Travis Meadows. Angelica Elena Medrano. Juan Paul Medrano. Christian Jose Melgar. Zachary Eric Mendez. Cesar Mendez Velasquez. Sydney Ann Menz. Eduardo Mercado. Jose de Jesus Mercado Barbosa. Matthew Austin Meredith. Zoe Elizabeth Rain Merlick. Michael Alexander Middleman Magro. Jordan Nicole Miller. Jonathan Burnt Monson. Carlos Antonio Montes. Joshua Michael Montgomery. Natalie Michelle Moon. Colin Henry Moore. Hunter Luis Morales. Melanie Morales. Gabriela Murillo. Diasi Adriana Murillo. Lauren Chelsea Murphy. Trayson Riley Murphy. Erin Elizabeth Mussey. Yvonne Joanna Najera Martinez. Alexander Paul Nakin. Andrew Jacob Nelson. Angeli Alicia Eng. Amaya T. Ngo. Benjamin Tang Nguyen. Samantha Thuy Duong Nguyen. Alana Brianne Nicholson. Tristan Dakota Nybrena. Haley Dawn Noble. Sarah Lauren Nolting. Erin Sokala Norn. Michaela Rain Nunn. Naomi Ruth Nystrom. Isaac Ozioma Obi. Christian Renee Ojo. Abraham Olgin. Samantha Nicole Olinsky. Jordan Ryan Oliveira. Sharon Elizabeth O'Neill. Peyton Kurt Ouellette. Gabriel John Owens. Chloe Alexander Ownby. Isaac Padilla. Hilda Giselle Palacios. Luiswin Gerardo Palma. Vanessa Love Pargas. Kirsten Ann Parkinen. Zoe Hope Parrish. Xavier Deshawn Patterson. Paige Nicole Jean Patton. Wesley David Pearson. Elizabeth Perdue. Joseph Michael Perez. Ryan Elalio Perez. Xavier DeMarcus Perry Simpkins. Alan Fon. Jobina Serafini. Noah Gabriel Pye. Bailey Shea Pierce. Stuart Ray Plogger. Braden Harrison Prater. Cameron Blaine Prey. Omar Alberto Puente Garcia. Angelica Pacheco Pacheco. Gabriela Faith Padilla. Victoria Puentes Rodriguez. Samantha Claire Pines. Austin Taylor Quick. Jasmine Marie Quinones. Anne Rajuman. Connor Reese Ramirez. Ines Estela Ramos. Jose Enrique Rangel de Luna. Marlene Rangel. Megan Sushil Rao. Avery Bo Reel. Elizabeth Janey Ruth Reeves. Caitlin May Rose Reeves. Ayani Shea Reinhardt. Maribel Jessica Renovado. Brian Reyes. Derek Luis Reyna. Martin Reina Castillo. Joel Michael Richardson. Samuel Joshua Richens. Abigail Rivera. Fernando Rivera. Sophia Michelle Robinette. Brooklyn Sonny Robinson. Jorge Antonio Rodriguez. Kimberly Heisel Rodriguez. Ricardo Rodriguez. Sara Lisette Rodriguez. Cheyenne Rohr. Edward Charles Rojo Jr. Kaylin Renee Rojo. Jorge Roldan. Justin Rosario. Brenda Abigail Rosas. Shannon Elizabeth Rosing. Alec Lynn Ross. Frekel Antoinette Rouse. Isaiah Martel Rubio. Jocelyn Angelic Ruiz. Abigail Faith Salazar. Javier Francisco Salazar. Fernando Daniel Salinas. Jonathan Rene Salinas. Levin Sam. Jared Rodney Samuelson. Connor Patrick Sanford. Lauren Gail Sainer. Jasmine Eloisa Santos Arriaga. Nathaniel James Saunders. Alyssa Mercedes Savastano. Lauren Elena Scott. Tyriana Denise Scott. Christina Audrey Scozzari. Jeremiah Robert Segura. Blake Thomas Serpa. Emily Michelle Severson. Michael Wade Sherman. Alondra Angelis Silva Leon. Jonathan Kiefer Simmons. Samazia Shanice Simmons. Kyra Latrice Skinner. Christian Michael Slack. Taylor Kristen Smiley. Erin Nicole Smith. Tiara Sharon Smith. Veronica Lyon Smith. Arlet Sofia Soto Delgado. Khalil Lerone Spear. Samuel Lee Starkey. Christina Marie Stein. Corey McCrea Stevenson. Zaria Elise Steiner. Dennis Wayne Story Jr. Skylar Mercedes Stunts. Keegan Aaron Schultz. Alyssa Starlene Summers. Timothy Aaron Swafford. Brennan Lee Sweeney. Harley David Sweeney. Colton Dallas Tadlock. Javante Jano Thomas. Masimba David Tinarwo. Alex Miguel Torres. Ulysses Torres. Alexander Garrett Trampert. Julie Lucia Trejo. Isabella Josefina Kathleen Tuttle. Brandon Vallone. Nicholas Richard Vasquez. Frank Christopher Velasquez. Edith Benegas Avila. Hannah Elizabeth Verrett. Kaylee Keegan Verrett. Deidre Estelle Viles. Christina Gail Wadley. Dylan Addison Wasner. Dawn Elizabeth Walker. Erica Christine Walker. Angela Gail Walters. Mason Christopher Warrington. Stephen Lee Weatherall. Asia Milese Danielle Weathers. Brendan Michael Weber. Jennifer Ann Wesson. Danielle Antonio Gomez Westbrook. Roland Joseph Wheeler. Joseph Gerald Whitaker. Zachary David White. Michaela Debrion Whitfield. Gilbert Charles Wilkerson II. Zachariah Dean Wilkerson. Bailey Nicole Williford. Aaron Levi Williams. Shelby Ann Williams. Jordan Perry Wilson. Jordan Taylor Worthy. Delaney Madeline Wright. Dylan Ryan Wright. Sion James Wright. Risana Yamin. August Yazin. Nicholas Gerald Yoshida. Nabiha Nisar Yusuf. Ivans Zacarias. Caitlin Jade Zavala. Larissa Danielle Zavala. Jacqueline Zugasti. And Marissa Celeste Zuniga.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Colony High School class of 2018. Parents and guests, our closing remarks today will be given by Julia Light. Julia is a member of Circle of Friends and Tempo Varsity Choir. She is also in the theater at the Colony and has served as president for the past 2 years. She plans on attending Texas Christian University and majoring in musical theater. After Julia speaks, we will end our ceremony with a very special piece we call TCHS Pride and Tradition, which will be presented by Aya Amar, Hannah at Sitawan, Nina Habib, Marari Vega, and Megan Witcher. Parents and guests, I want to thank you for your presence today and for being a truly wonderful audience for the class of 2018. Graduates, this will bring our year and our theme, The Power to Prevail, to a close. Now is your time to take that theme with you as you leave us. Seniors, go forth, believe big dreams for your life, and change the world. Your TCHS family always loves you, and we look forward to seeing your success in the days ahead. God bless each of you. Now at this time, please help me welcome Julia Light for closing remarks.
Good afternoon, class of 2018, and congratulations. We did it. This is a day that we've been thinking about and waiting for our entire lives. I remember as a kid finding out that I was going to be in the class of 2018 and thinking it was hilarious to say that because the year was ages away. I also remember wondering why people wore those funny-looking hats when they graduate, and honestly, I still don't know. Of course, the past several years have flown by, but they've been full of incredible memories and life lessons. On behalf of this class, I would like to thank all of our parents, our families, and our friends for supporting us and staying by us during this difficult and emotional time of our lives. I would also like to thank all of the staff at TCHS, especially the best art teacher ever, for supporting each of us and investing in all of us, making sure that we get the best education possible. Throughout high school, the biggest lessons I learned were from getting involved with the Life Skills program at our school. Nowhere else in my life have I ever witnessed so much compassion, patience, fairness, and unconditional love from both the students and the teachers. By getting to know some of the incredible kids at our school who happen to have disabilities, I learned that no one is really that different from anyone else. It sounds like a cliche, but it's true. Everyone has their own unique personality and their own skill set and so much to give to the world. And we should never look down on someone else because of this. I'm telling you this because I think that what I learned from this experience can be applied to many situations. We are all about to go into the real world, and it's going to be full of people of all walks of life, every age, race, gender, religion. And I hope that we will all be open to the lessons that each person will teach us, no matter who they are. We are part of a very special and influential generation. Many people our age have already taken bold strides towards making the world a better place for our generation and for future generations to come. I challenge all of us to take part in this however we can, whether it's by letting your voice be heard, creating something, or simply by loving your neighbor. Mother Teresa once said, "I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples." I pray that you never underestimate the power that you hold in your two hands, and whatever stone you throw across the water, throw it boldly.
Before Hannah comes up for Pride and Tradition, audience, I wanted you to know we've been notified that I-35 is shut down, so you might want to plan an alternate route home down 380, but I wanted to make sure you were aware of that. So at this time, please help me welcome Hannah Sitawan and the rest of our speakers for Pride and Tradition.
School pride at the Colony High School takes root in our support and encouragement for one another. We take pride in representing our school, so we strive to be distinguished in our sports, academics, and fine arts. In this moment, I would like to remind you that you're sitting here today because you've accomplished one of your life's greatest milestones. You have made it through 13 years of school, and for that, you should be nothing but proud. As you follow your future endeavors, remember where you came from and what you achieved. As the renowned American writer and social activist James Baldwin said, "Know from whence you came. If you know from whence you came, there are absolutely no limitations to where you can go."
Whether you're taking on college, a new job opportunity, or your first steps into joining the military, will always be people from the colony. From dressing up on spirit days, cheering on our athletes, supporting our academic scholars, or watching Mr. Gilbert dance as a chicken at a pep rally. Everything we took part in gave us experiences and insight into our future. And despite the difficulties that we've encountered, the time we spent here shaped us into the people we are today. Remember the silly days, the sad days, the days you felt like everything was pointless, and then remember that we did it. We graduated. As Coach Rangel so wisely said, God bless, go Cougars.
Before we all finally leave and start the first day of the rest of our lives, I would like to discuss the importance of tradition in the Colony High School. What does tradition mean to our school and to our class of 2018? Long traditions like going to Whataburger or Sonic after our football games or a little rivalry with Little Elm have kept us fueling our Cougar pride. We have reached many heights like none other, with our many organizations reaching goals we'd all hoped for. For the past couple of years, we have started traditions that we believe may go on for quite a while. From homecoming parades to trunk or treat, from powder buff to powder puff, from Mr. TCHS to Multicultural Day.
We have tradition built into us, and we continue to make new ones each year. No one does it like TC, and though we say goodbye to our school, we shall forever remember the pride and tradition that have kept us so united and proud of who we are as the Colony Cougars. Your story makes you, you. So don't forget where you're at right now, but also remember that as soon as you walk out those doors today, your time starts to create new traditions with those that you love. So, class of 2018, I urge you all to take the traditions that you've experienced through these 4 years and uphold them by making your mark and creating a difference in this world.
Will the graduating class please rise? Will the class of 2018 please turn your tassels to the left? Guests, please stand and join us in singing our school alma mater.